So, uh, good afternoon, everyone. Today I want to show you why your app needs an A button, how you can integrate it seamlessly, and what kind of input it can have in your business. So basically, think about the apps which you use every day, like Spotify, Google Photos, Gmail, and another stuff, like service chatbots and so on. What they have in common is basically AI-driven features that enhance the user experience with automation and personalization. So now imagine embedding the same intelligence into your app. With just one AI button, you can automate repetitive tasks like summarizing emails, suggesting responses, or autofilling forms. Also provide smarter interactions such as voice comments, real-time translations, or intelligence recommendation. And also offer personalized experience where the app adapts the user's behavior and preferences over time. One of the biggest concerns for developers and business leaders when adopting AI is do we have to rebuild our entire system to integrate AI? The short answer is no. Modern AI services and tools make it much easier than ever to integrate AI-driven features into your application without disrupting your existing infrastructure. So let's break down how we can do this efficiently. In the past, implementing AI means hiring data scientists, training models from scratch, and managing complex machine learning infrastructure. Today, AI as a service platform provide powerful pre-trained models that can be integrated into your application with simple API calls. And why AI APIs make integration easier? First of all, is no need for AI expertise. You don't have to build, train, or maintain models. Also, it's faster time to market. AI-powered features can be added in days instead of months. And scalability, this service handle performance optimization, so you don't need to worry about computing power. Like popular AI API providers, like most common is OpenAI. It's ChatGPT, Whisper, DALL-E. It's natural language processing, text generation, and speech recognition. Also, Google Cloud AI, like Vertex AI, Firebase ML. It's image recognition, translation, and AI-powered search. Amazon AWS AI, like Lex Recognition Polai. It's mostly chatbots, object detection, and speech to text. And Microsoft Azure AI, it's cognitive service, sentiment analysis, facial recognition, and by leveraging these IPs, you can integrate AI into your app with minimal changes to your existing system. So AI at the edge on device, AI for faster performance. For applications requiring low latency, offline capabilities, or enhanced privacy on device AI, also known as edge AI, is an alternative to cloud-based APIs. Instead of sending data to a remote server for processing, a model runs directly on a user's device, reducing performance times and improving efficiency. Why use Edge AI? Instant responses time, so no network dependency, ensuring faster AI-powered interactions, better privacy, data remains on the device, reducing security risks, and lower operational costs, eliminates API calls and cloud computing expenses, where Edge AI is useful. It's commonly voice assistants like Siri, Google Assistants that work offline, real-time object detection in camera apps, and personalized AI models adapt to user behavior without sending data to the cloud. Technologies like TensorFlow Lite, Apple Core ML, and make it easy to integrate on device AI into mobile and desktop applications. AI microservices, it's modular AI features without disrupting your app. One of the best ways to integrate AI without overhauling your system is by modularizing AI functionalities into independent microservices instead of embedding AI directly into your core functionalities. You deploy it as a separate service that communicates with your app through API. Like benefits of AI microservices is no disruption to your main app. A service runs separately and can be updated independently. And easier scalability. You can scale a component separately based on demand, and more flexibility. AI services can be replaced or upgraded without affecting entire system. How this works in practice, like imagine you want to integrate a powered chatbot into e-commerce platform. Instead of modifying entire backend, you can deploy the chatbot as independent service so that interacts with your main app via API calls. If you later decide to switch to a better model, you only need to update the chatbot service without touching the rest of your system. Optimizing a performance with caching or hybrid models. A models, especially large-scale ones, can be resource-intensive. If not optimized, they can slow down your system and increase costs. And there are some ways to ensure AI integration is efficient. First of all, caching all responses to reduce API calls for frequently accessed AI-generated content, like chatbot responses, document summaries. Caching the results in a database like Redis or Memcached can reduce redundant API calls and improve response time. And also using hybrid AI models for cost and speed optimization. Instead of relying entirely on cloud-based AI, businesses can use a hybrid approach, where first of all, a lightweight AI model handles common tasks locally, and a more advanced cloud-based AI is called only for complex query. For example, a mobile app with an AI-powered voice assistant may use on-device speech recognition model for simple commands, but send complex queries to Google Cloud AI. For better accuracy, this reduces latency while optimizing costs. The key to integrate AI in a way that enhances complex queries to Google Cloud AI for better accuracy. This reduces latency while optimizing costs. So, if you're still not convinced, we can look into some real-world examples. For example, Duolingo introduced AI-powered feedback to help users refine their pronunciation, leading to higher engagement. Also, Grammarly, which uses AI, provide instant writing assistants, making it an essential tool for millions of users, and e-commerce app, which leveraging a buttons for one-click product recommendations, boosting conversions by up 30%. So starting small, the incrementally adoption strategy. One of the best ways to integrate a without disrupting all existing system is to start small and scale gradually. Like instead of rolling out a across entire platform, begin with simple AI-powered feature and to measure the impact. Like step-by-step approach to AI integration is first identify a high impact for use cases. Choose feature where AI can provide real value, like automated recommendations, chat assistance, and so on. Also implementing a lightweight AI model, like start with API integration or an on-device model. Test with real users to gather feedback and analyze how AI improves your engagement. And also optimize based on performance metrics, like fine-tune AI behavior based on user interactions. And expand AI adaptation is once a single feature proves successfully, gradually introduce more AI-powered functionalities. So the key is to focus on small strategic AI implementations that deliver real value, whether it's improving user experience or automating repetitive tasks or driving engagement and revenue. And the question is, isn't if you should integrate AI, it's more about where will you start. And so my challenge for you today is think about one area where you can use a button and start small experiment and watch how AI transforms the way users interact with your platform. So consider one question is where to start on implementing AI to my project. Firstly, you need to think about small features, as I mentioned, like you can think about the most repetitive stuff which you using a lot and it's take a lot of time, and start to think how you can optimize it using AI features, and then when you finish your investigation you can start to implement it, and finally gather some user feedback. So that's all. I think AI has a bright future because it's only on the first step of developing, and in future it will bring more impact and grow gradually. Okay, are there any industries where an AI button might not be as effective? I think AI button is effective everywhere. Like it's even started to integrate into some ISP services like Gmail and so on. So every place which you can find some repetitive tasks or time-consuming tasks, you can like shorten by AI. So there is no industry where AI cannot be useful. Okay, so I see there is no any questions. I can finish. Thank you, everybody, for your attention. It was really nice to share some knowledge.